The last input field we want to create is the text area. The text area is similar to the input field, but it allows much more text to be inputted and across multiple lines. So let's take a look at an example. You'll notice if I copy and paste this over and over again, the text area allows for scroll bars, and we can also expand it and contract it. This makes it much more convenient for the user when it comes to inputting large amounts of text. So before we create the text field, we'll start with our label, which is additional comments. And in the column next to it, we'll input the text area. So to do that, we'll create the text area tag. And we'll explain what the attributes mean in just a moment. The open text area tag does require a closing text area tag. So as you can see, it includes the name attribute, just like all the other fields we created. It also allows you to specify the width of the text area, which is represented by cols, and the height specified by the number of rows. In this case, our text area will be 5 rows in height. Beyond 5 rows of text, the scroll bars will be enabled automatically. So let's save our file and take a look. So this is our text area here. And you can see that the scroll bars do activate. Now the last part of this form that we want to create is the submit and reset button. The submit button will submit the form data to our send.php script, or whichever file you've specified in the action attribute of your form. The reset button will empty the data inputted into the fields. And so that's how that works. So let's go ahead and create those two buttons. And we want to insert this in the second column on the 9th row, our last row. So the button is an input. We have to specify that the type, which is a submit button. We'll give it a name. We'll just call it submit. And a value. And then we just close the input. And we'll do the same for the reset button. I just capitalized the first letter. So let's go ahead and save the file and take a look at the entire form. Okay, so that's the entire form. You'll see we have the two text inputs, our select menus are working, our checkboxes, and the radio buttons, text area. And let's just test our reset button. So that works. Now the submit button will not work because we have not created the send.php file. Okay, that's the file that all this data will be transmitted to. And then that PHP file instructs our web server on what to do with the data. Is it going to be sent to a database, to an email address, or some other form of processing? We'll learn how to do that in the PHP part of this course.